Guys, visualize with me. The last time you embarked on a weight loss journey and it didn't work out, why? Was it that life got in the way? Did you just hate the dieting process and felt it way too restrictive? Do you have no time, so you feel like you can't plan for all of these things that a diet entails? Did you also feel overwhelmed, like you were trying to change things too much, too fast? Or were the people in your life triggering you? They were eating different things. You were getting tempted by that pantry over there. Or were you just not supported? If any of these reasons were why you quit your last weight loss journey, this video is for you. I'm going to be expanding on all of those, and we're going to be talking about how you can troubleshoot your journey so that you lose your weight, you get to your goal weight, you get to be the healthiest version of you ever, and you go on to maintain for years to come. Weight loss can be easy. We make it hard. And I'm here to let you know that here's your permission slip. Weight loss can be easy. Let me teach you how. If you all are new here, make sure you subscribe and like this video. My name is Kathleen Hart. I'm a mindset and weight loss coach, and I work with clients every day, helping them reach their goal weight and go on to maintain. We have to troubleshoot what works best for us, for our body, for our season of life, for the foods we like and don't like, for the habits we like and don't like. We have to lead with that positive energy of, yes, this feels good. Yes, this feels good. And if that is a breath of fresh air for you and you would like to learn my way of dieting and losing weight, check down below in the description box all of my coaching opportunities, or you can follow me on Instagram for daily doses of me and tips, food, all of the stuff. But when we give up on our weight loss journey, we have excuses. And let's just call it what it is. These are excuses. These are reasons why you gave up. These are reasons why it didn't work out. But realize in this moment right now, the past doesn't matter. You can change anything moving forward. If you can change how you think about things now, your future will be drastically different than anything you experienced in the past. So let's debunk all of these excuses and let's just go on to maintain at our goal weight, right? So number one, let's plan for the triggers of life. If you've got a really stressful job, if you know your period is coming next week, if you know that certain times when people come to visit, you know you have no willpower, if you go to certain restaurants, you also have no willpower, these are all things that you can plan for. And this is one of the things that my clients love about working with me, is that we literally will break down every single event in your schedule and we will make a plan for it. If you don't have a plan, you're going to feel all out of sorts. And the worst time to make a plan is when you're feeling frazzled and out of sorts on your way to the restaurant that triggers you. So instead, it's really important to make the plans beforehand so that you feel super calm in your mindset and you just feel at ease with the decisions you're about to make. Work can get stressful, but if you know that the end of the month is just the worst, plan for those times. Plan to have the foods around that you know are going to make you feel ease and just staying on plan without thinking about it much. And if you know that your period brings on cravings of chocolate, get an option that you can keep in your fridge or your pantry so that you can still indulge in these things, but you're still staying on track with whatever diet plan you're following. If you're like me and you're low carb, grab yourself some low carb chocolate. I love the chocolate from Aldi. You know, like get that stuff in the house, get that stuff accessible to you so that when you're craving it, it is right there front and center and you can be like, this tastes so good. This is what I was craving. This is what I need right now. And then you can move on with your day. The minute that we start restricting, really restricting and saying, I really want the chocolate, but I'm not allowed to have it. You guys, then all our brain wants is that chocolate, and it will not stop thinking about it until we have it. So why not instead plan for all of our triggers, plan for all of these events in our life that we know we're gonna want certain things, or we're gonna want certain amount of ease in our day. Plan for it so that when those things come, you already know what you're doing. You go, oh, I already have the chocolate in the fridge, or I already have the chocolate in the pantry. This is amazing. I can indulge and stay on track. And then what will happen with your mindset is, your mindset will love that, because I get to have what I want and I get to stay on plan and I get to track it in my app and I know that what I'm having is fine and on plan and I'm still gonna get results. And then you wake up the next day and you're down in weight. Isn't that what your goal weight self would be doing anyway? And the more you can start embodying yourself, living at your goal weight and making decisions from that point of view, your life is gonna get so much better. Your weight loss journey is gonna get so much easier. So excuse number two is you embark on a diet plan and you hate dieting. Well, let's stop dieting, you know? If you hated dieting before and you were like, no, I don't like these foods, I don't like doing these crazy workouts, I don't like whatever, you know, insert here. If you don't like what you're doing, you're not gonna stick to it. And if you don't stick to it and make something sustainable out of your habits and your foods and things like that, what's the point in even starting, right? The key here is making a life of your dreams, sitting down and really saying, okay, what do I like? What do I not like? And when I did this for myself, it was a lot of people in my ear, things online saying, oh, you gotta exercise, you gotta do these HIIT workouts, you gotta get your heart rate up, you gotta sweat. And like, yeah, I tried it because everyone was doing it. I was miserable. I was miserable and I couldn't sustain it. I would do it for maybe a day, maybe 2 days, maybe 2 days in a week, and then I'd be like, that's good. That wasn't going to get me anywhere. That wasn't gonna move the needle. And I hated it. I didn't like working out at all in the past. Fast forward, I knew I definitely wanted to start incorporating some kind of workouts, and by coincidence, even though it's not coincidence, I found an app that helps customize workouts for me with a personal trainer, and it's amazing. And I've been doing it since last November. I mean, we're in September now. So I just feel amazing, and I was ready to do it. It felt like the next best move. But until then, pushing myself to do all these crazy workouts, it just never worked for me. So similarly, if you're eating foods that you hate, or if you're thinking like, oh, I better go back to my safe foods of like brown rice and broccoli that's steamed with nothing on it and like this gross chicken, like, ugh, that sounds disgusting. There's no way that anyone is going to be sticking to that. And if you guys have been following me for a hot minute, you know I'm a huge proponent of loving your food, eating delicious, amazing food every single meal, every single day, every single snack, never feeling like you're deprived, going out to a restaurant and looking at the menu and saying from the perspective of what can I eat, not versus like, ugh, I want all these things and I can't have them. The mindset work and the actions truly are a match made in heaven. You have to do both of those in order for your new weight loss plan to work, to stick. And what I really help clients do is work on the mindset work so that every action that you take feels like it's aligned. And what I mean by that is it feels like, ooh, I can't wait to do that. Or, oh, that feels like the next best move. That feels really good. Let's do that. That's when you know you're aligned with where you want to go, when you want to do the things. So if you're finding there's a lot of resistance in your dieting, or you think dieting even is just such a negative connotation word for you, stop using it. Stop using it. And instead, look at, what do I like? What do I not like? What am I craving tonight? You know, if I want chicken parmesan and I'm low carb, I've been low carb since 2013, on and off with my pregnancies. You guys, if I want chicken parm, I'm eating chicken parm. However, I'm making it low carb. I'm using hearts of palm noodles. I'm using a low carb sauce. I love Rao's. I love Victoria. I'm using cheese because yes, low carb, thank you very much. I'm also doing chicken that's not breaded, and I'm making garlic bread, but I'm doing it with like a Hero hot dog bun or a Hero hamburger bun, and I'm slathering it with butter and some spices. That is what dreams are made of. And I will tell you this, when I eat that food, it crushes the same craving that I would have had if I would have ate the full carb version. The difference is I want the lower carb version, the healthier version, because it makes me feel so much better. I now make decisions with how I'm gonna feel versus that instant gratification of like eating breaded chicken parm with lots of pasta. It's different now. So now I have different goals, and honestly, I've been maintaining my 65-pound weight loss for over 3 years now with ease, with no looking back. Like there's nothing in my mindset that says, oh, you're gonna gain the weight back. No, I just know this is where I live now. I live in the 130s. I started off over 200 pounds after the birth of my second baby in 2020. And you guys, this is the key. We have to ditch the excuses, get rid of the excuses, and instead troubleshoot everything. And that's why mentorship is great, because I can help you troubleshoot that. So again, if anyone's interested, down below. Number 3 is super common whenever I talk to people on like discovery calls. Time. It's time. It's like, I don't have time. I don't even have time to do the things I need to do. And now you want me to work on a meal plan, fitting in an exercise or a walk. I'm in the car for hours. You want me to drink more water? How is that possible? You know, time is such a luxury these days, but I found that if you really want something, you can find the time. And that is exactly what I'm going to teach you how to do. You need to find the time. So believe me, even for me, there are nights when I have way too much to do and I just don't feel like cooking. I love cooking. Cooking is a passion of mine. Creating recipes for you guys on my blog, that's a passion of mine. I love sharing good food that's healthy and that, oh my God, just hits the spots. I love when you guys message me and you're like, just ate your sausage and pumpkin soup and OMG, I'm obsessed. That, it warms me from the inside out. It really does. I love hearing that from you guys. Food is life, but there are some nights when you do not want to cook, you don't have the stuff to cook anything that you want, you don't have the time, you don't have the desire, and then having to do it feels like the most miserable part of your day. So instead, make options available so that you don't have to cook, so that you have really easy options that you can just pop in the microwave or pop in the oven and you can literally eat and move on with your day, but also stay on track. So I recently found Territory Foods, and they have been a game changer for these busy weeknights where I just don't want to cook. These have been great for lunches as well because the macros are perfection. And today's video is actually sponsored by Territory, and I cannot wait to tell you guys about them. So Territory is a meal delivery service, and they have so many different options for so many different dietary preferences. And I love that they offer keto-friendly options, low carb options, plant-based, paleo, Whole30, and performance nutrition. Not only that, guys, every single meal is gluten-free and dairy-free. And there is no refined sugar or over-processed oils. There's no canola oil, there's no grapeseed oil. This is one of the best finds that I found in a while. Territory's local menus have 90 different options each week, and they are rotating, so they're always changing. And they will deliver to you twice a week, and you can get up to 12 meals in each delivery. And the risk-free subscription really allows you to have so much customization. You can pause or cancel your subscription at any time. And these aren't meals that are made in big mass quantities. Territory actually has chefs that work in their own local commercial kitchens to bring you the freshest, most delicious meals ever. And I love that Territory uses non-inflammatory ingredients for really full body health. Depending on what kind of plan you're following, you can find something that fits your dietary needs very easily, and also your food preferences, what foods you like and what foods you don't like. So you can go in and actually choose every single meal that you like, or you can let Territory choose for you and it can be a surprise. Okay, so I just heated up that spicy sausage arrabbiata with the zucchini. So I'm gonna try it for you guys on camera. I have not had this one yet, so I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. It did say on it that it was spicy, so that's right up my alley. Whoa, there's the spice. This is delicious. First of all, the sausage is so flavorful, and I love zucchini, but I feel like I never make it for myself. I don't know why. So this is like a treat because someone else cooked it for me. This is amazing, first of all. If this is in your rotation that you can choose from, highly recommend. The best part about this is it doesn't need salt, it doesn't need pepper, it doesn't need anything. It's perfectly seasoned. Heated it up in the microwave, it took 3 minutes. It got delivered to my door. You can't ask for more ease than that. 10 out of 10. I can't wait to eat this. It's finally lunchtime, I'm breaking my fast, and I'm going to wolf this down. So not only is this going to keep you on track, you're gonna eat delicious food, but these meals are really good for you with great ingredients. And I have an amazing offer for you guys. So right now, Territory is actually giving you $25 off of your first order when you order 6 or more meals. So what you're gonna wanna do is go down below into the description box, click that link, and it will take you to the Territory page, and use my code HART25 at checkout. This has been a game changer for me, and I'm so excited to get a code for you guys. Definitely click down below. And thank you to Territory for sponsoring this video. So if you have no time, troubleshoot it. What is something that you can do? Can you sit down on Sunday and take maybe 20 minutes and really plan out your week for exactly what meals you're gonna be eating? Do you wanna go and grab some meals from Territory to make your week easier? And then you can pause and cancel that at any time. So find something that makes your excuse of no time non-existent. Let it be easy. And sometimes that's leaning on services like Territory. Sometimes that's sitting and really going through and meal planning for your whole week, planning out what you're doing every week. That might be hitting a drive-thru. But what are you gonna order? Which one are you gonna go to? you know? I personally love a good salad from a drive-thru. I think that's a great option. Check the macros on their app, but that's it. It's like, what are your choices? If we can make the choices from our goal weight self, you are going to move the needle faster on the scale. You're gonna get better results and faster results when you start making those conscious, healthier choices every single chance you get. And what you're gonna find is that you start morphing from the person you were when you started your weight loss journey to your healthiest version of you. You're gonna find yourself moving the needle towards that healthier version of you. You're gonna see the changes. You're gonna make these healthier choices without even thinking about it, and you're gonna be like, whoa, who is she? This is amazing. I'm making these healthy choices, and that's just the new way that I think now. That's the new way that I default. And that is when you know that you're succeeding and you're ditching the old mindset of dieting and you're embodying this new healthy version of your life, your lifestyle, and really creating it from a place of, what do I like? What do I not like? How do I want my healthy lifestyle to go? And that's when the magic really starts happening. So number 4, you're so overwhelmed, you want to scream. And don't worry, I've been there. I have been there many, many times. I used to jump right in on diet day 1 and be super restrictive in my food. I wasn't allowed to have certain things anymore. They were just completely cut off, even though I ate them yesterday. I wasn't allowed to do the drive-thru anymore for convenience. I had to do these crazy workouts that didn't even make sense. I don't even know where I got these rules from with these crazy workouts on the treadmill or these HIIT workouts. I used to do insanity. Well, I used to do it. I used to attempt it, and then I would give up after day 1. If you don't know what they are, they're similar to like a P90X type of video back in like, I don't even know now, 15 years ago. It was just crazy. It's the infomercial that pops up at 2 a.m. where you're like, I should do that. I should lose weight. You guys, anything that makes you overwhelmed is not sustainable. Something's got to give. You're not going to be able to stick to all these things, especially doing them all at once on day 1. And that's where I think the biggest challenge was for me personally that I had to overcome, was realizing that you don't have to do everything all at once or you're a failure. Because all that is really is the all or nothing mentality. And every single person that I've ever coached or talked to about weight loss has mentioned the all or nothing mentality. And every single person, it's like, if I don't do everything today, I'm a failure. I need to start over. This isn't worth it. I'm never going to reach my goals. And it's just not true. What if we implemented habits and cleaning up our diet and doing things in a way where it felt really good to us? And that's exactly what I coach my clients on, doing it in a way where you feel really good. Because after a month's time, you could solidify 4 or 5 habits, but if you try to do them all on day 1 of the month and then you give up by day 5, what's the point, right? Wouldn't you rather have made those habits stick over the month, and then month 2, you work on more habits and you just feel better and better and better and better? It's more about the quality versus the quantity when it comes to habits. We want to work on them at a pace that feels really good to us. And that was when everything really changed for me. For years, I had been a crash dieter. I had been a yo-yo dieter. I just never stuck to anything long enough to get the results I knew I was capable of. But it all came down to doing too much at once, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like I'm a failure if I don't hit all of my marks for the day. Don't put that unnecessary pressure on yourself, because it's not. It's totally not necessary. You don't need to kill yourself in order to lose weight. You need to make strategic decisions little by little by little by little. Every single meal is a decision. Every single minute is a decision. Every single, minute that you have free, you could jump on a treadmill is a decision. Like all of these are micro baby step decisions that make or break your weight loss journey. But if you're trying to do too much at one time and you get overwhelmed on day 3, yeah, don't do that. We're not doing that anymore. Say it with me. I'm not doing that anymore. That's not what I do anymore. I would walk around this kitchen when I was trying to lose weight and I would say this out loud to myself. My husband thought I was nuts. And I would say, I'm not doing this anymore. This is no longer me. I don't do 50 things on day 1. I implement habits steadily. I solidify a habit and then I move on to the next one. I'm doing this. I am losing 65 pounds. I am 133 pounds. I would walk around this kitchen at 198 pounds and I would be saying those things. And that's the difference, is that you have to change how you think in order to get different results. Don't start the diet again if it didn't work last time. And my definition of it didn't work last time was if you're still trying to maintain that weight loss, or if you're still trying to lose weight in that same way and you gained weight back, it didn't work. So we've got to do something differently. We've got to think about dieting differently. And a lot of us have a lot of old wounds and baggage when it comes to weight loss that we need to heal. And that's where the mindset work is really important. And that's what I think the missing link is for most of us who are struggling to lose weight right now, is the mindset aspect. If you don't change your mindset around the thing, it's not going to improve, it's not going to change. So ditch the all or nothing. Let's focus on one thing at a time and get really solid in that. And when clients do this, it is like a breath of fresh air. They get on the Zoom call with me and they're like, oh my gosh, a week went by. It went by so fast and I stuck to drinking my water every single day. I stuck to it. I've never stuck to anything in my life. Yeah, because we're just working on that. And then the next week they stick to their water and then they stick to something else. They maybe get more steps and then they build on it. It's so empowering for us when we can actually follow through with the things that we want, with the things that we're trying to accomplish. When we can set out to say, I really want to drink X amount of ounces of water every day, and we actually stick to it. Do you know how empowering that is? If you, especially if you're like me and you were never able to do that before because you had the all or nothing mentality, and then you finally start doing it, it is why I love coaching. It really is, because you can change everything, but you need to have the strategy behind it to know exactly what to do and when to do it and clear the mindset blocks along the way. Okay, number 5, my family. And that could be a million different things. That could be my family doesn't support me. That could also mean my family is eating so many different things. That could mean my family has the pantry stocked with Oreos and cakes and cookies and things that I can't have anymore. So it's really hard for me. Our family dynamic is definitely gonna play a part in our weight loss journey. We can use that as an excuse, or we can troubleshoot it just like everything else. Don't let any of these things get you down. Don't let any of these things be something. Instead, notice them, whatever they are in your life, whatever the excuses are, whatever the weak points are, acknowledge them and then say, okay, how can I solve the problem? Because remember, you can't be on 2 frequencies at one time. You can't be on the frequency of the problem and the frequency of the solution at the same time. So once we identify the problem, quickly shift over and say, okay, how can I troubleshoot this? Okay, how can I find a solution for this? You will, number 1, feel amazing because you're back in the driver's seat. You're gonna feel so good. But then number 2, you're actually gonna start getting the results that you want because you're not wallowing in the problem. We wanna be solution oriented, right? Girl power, like let's solve these problems. Like let's do this, especially when it comes to our health and our body and our future. So what do you do when your family is just eating different things and you're like, oh, I want that? You can so easily take your meals that you're making for your family and morph them into something that will fit for your macros. I follow low carb, so it's very easy for me to make a meal for my family, and like for chicken parm, I can make chicken parm for everyone else the full carb way, and then I just pop some hearts of palm into the microwave for me. We all have the same sauce. I take my chicken and I don't bread it, but I just cook it in the pan with theirs. And then I make my own garlic bread alongside their full carb garlic bread. To me, it feels super easy and just super flowy. Like it just feels like, oh, this is just what I do. I don't feel tempted by eating their food because I know how I feel when I eat their food. So it's so much easier for me to just pop 2 more things into the oven and the microwave for myself, and then it's less than a minute and I've changed my whole meal completely. Most meals, you can transform them to fit your macros. You don't have to do low carb. You know, I'm just saying what works for me. Low carb doesn't work for everyone, but if you're following a calorie counting deficit, if you're following Weight Watchers, if you're following paleo, if you're following keto, you can make most things into a version of those that'll fit into your day. It's all about the troubleshooting process. And again, if you're craving something, have it. If you know every single week, this is my house, we have tacos, that's my dream night, because tacos are so easy. Everyone eats their own shells. I mean, the shells all cooked at the same time in the oven, and then I like soft taco shells, or sometimes I'll just make a big salad. It's the same ingredients, it's just you have it all different ways, and it doesn't take any extra time. Well, maybe like 30 seconds to cut some extra lettuce for my salad, but that's it. And that's the fun of this. It's when you can look at your problems and you can look at the troubleshooting process as, ooh, how can I make this work? That's when the magic starts happening. Because think about it this way, you at your goal weight are gonna get excited about troubleshooting. You're gonna get excited about, ooh, how can I make taco salads like really yummy and delicious? If you're in a rut, grab some protein chips. I love these taco ones from Quest. I make nachos out of these. So I'll take the taco meat, I'll pour it on top, I'll put some cheese, I'll do some salsa, guacamole, sour cream, and you have a plate of nachos. So while the family is having their traditional tacos or however they like them, you literally just pour some chips in a bowl and you make a taco bowl or a nacho bowl. It can get so fun and so exciting, but if we're in the energy and the frequency of the problem all the time, we're not gonna see these easy, delicious solutions. And that goes for everything in life, but especially for food. We have to think outside of the box. And if you're eating these are 19 grams of protein for this bag, so, and only 4 net carbs. It's just a great way to feel like you're cheating, but you're not. Because again, I'm speaking from experience. To be maintaining at my goal weight, after losing 65 pounds, I've been maintaining my goal weight for 3 years. To maintain here, you have to keep it exciting. You have to keep it just as exciting as it was beforehand, but here's the difference. Before I embarked on my weight loss journey, I was miserable. I may have been eating nachos, but I was eating the full carb nachos and feeling like garbage afterwards because my body was like, what are you doing to us? So we have to love everything about our plan. And here's your permission slip again to love everything about your plan. If you don't love it, change it. If you don't love it, table it. If you're not liking your workouts right now, stop doing them. Because you're not gonna get the results that you want by doing things that you don't like. It's gonna feel like a lot of negative energy. And again, if we're talking about frequency, if you're living a lot in a negative energy where you're like, gotta go do my workout, I hate this workout, or gotta drink my water, I don't know why, but I do. You know, that vibe is so low, you're going to feel like junk. You're not gonna like it. So instead, we have to think more high vibe thoughts. We have to think more troubleshooting, live in the solution, live in this life that you love, and really go through and say, what do I like about what I'm doing? What do I not like about what I'm doing? What can I change? Can I order some territory food? Can I grab some chips and I can make nachos this week because that sounds amazing after she mentioned it? Can I enjoy this? That's the whole thing about embodying yourself at your goal weight. What I'm doing right now after losing 65 pounds and maintaining it for 3 years is that I'm still loving everything. Back then, before I started losing weight, I was struggling because I felt miserable in my body. I was unhappy with everything to do with my body, my health, the way I looked, the way I felt, my energy levels, all of it. And so my food, yeah, I was eating high carb nachos, but like I wasn't even enjoying it because then the after effects were like, yeah, but I need to do something about my weight. Now, living at my goal weight, I just feel so empowered to eat the nachos, but make them work for me. Eat the healthy food, but make it work for me. Order the territory food so that I feel really prepared for the week. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can just worry about the kids and I can make their food and then I can pop that in the microwave for me and we can all eat together and it's just chef's kiss. It's perfect. So troubleshoot every aspect of the journey. Don't let any excuses that you have get in the way of your healthiest, best life. And if while watching this video, you thought of some excuses that I did not mention, pop them down in the comments and I can either make a part 2 or I can just answer them for you and help you troubleshoot the process. Anyone interested in one-to-one coaching or my group mastermind, now is the time. It's always the best time to lose weight because if you're ready, let's go. Anyone who is ready to literally invest in their health, I'm here for you. I'm here for this. So follow me on Instagram, click the links down below. Don't forget to check out Territory Foods, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.